Hi there Pokefans, I am your humble host Fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Now as you saw over there, I am now going on to day 2 of this defeating of the rich people in this mansion over here. Well, I call it defeating of the rich people in this mansion, but you will see later on that it gets quite difficult for me to actually accomplish anything. From this view, it seems apparent that I have to fill up all of the seats around this table. Unfortunately, when that happens, the fighting will be over. So once again, it's only me versus this Buizel, which shouldn't be too difficult to fight. And as you see, it doesn't level up between days. Why am I taking so long to actually attack? The Thunderbolt ought to do the trick quite nicely. It did on the previous day, so I see no reason for it not to. And I was correct, it took him out in a single attack. Now for the sister. If I recall, she has normal type Pokemon. She just comes towards me and challenges me, so there is no time for me to actually switch out my starter between battles. So this is kind of like a, what do you call it, an endurance fight, more or less. I think I ought to give Jolteon something like Focus Blast. I think that's the attack's name. It's that special type, fighting type attack. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have the actual name of that attack. Or let me actually just look it up quickly and get the correct name. After I defeat this Lopunny with a couple of Thunderbolts. Of course he bounces. Let's go for another hidden power, which will do nothing. Let's not get paralyzed this time. Good, which means I outspeed the Lopunny and I can actually attack him and take him out in this turn. We ought to reach level 58 now. And the attack I was referring to is Focus Blast. I wonder if Jolteon can learn Focus Blast. And if it can, where would I find it? Is this the grandma or the mother? Ah, it's a grandmother. I just caught the word granddaughter or grandchildren at the bottom of the sentence. The focus word or whatever you call it. Yeah, and she uses as Bronzor, which is a steel and psychic type. Let's see if Signal Beam actually does damage. It does some damage, but not nearly enough. Shadow Ball ought to do the trick, but again I go for a Signal Beam. At least I am not severely taking damage at the moment. I'll do that last Signal Beam. So this was a 5 attack Signal Beam, and that is mainly due to the steel typing of Bronzor, which makes it kind of immune, or gives it a, not immunity, a resistance to bug type attacks. This time I'll go for a Shadow Ball against this Golurk, which is a psychic and ground type. Of course it survives, and now I will faint because of the earthquake, which is kind of stupid, but not really stupid. I mean, I was off in my HP. Now if I outspeed, I will defeat this Golurk, and it seems like I do outspeed. Actually, this was actually kind of a fair fight, in my opinion. I can't expect Jolteon to survive a earthquake if he's halfway through his health already. Okay, so Kangaskhan is next. Let's see if we can get Lantern to gain some more experience. And tell me if you agree with me or not, but I always thought that Kangaskhan over there, which is a normal type, should have been a normal and a rock type. Well, that didn't do as much damage as I was hoping it would. Let's see how much it goes for Outrage. That's going to bugger me up quite nicely. At least it confuses itself. Let's wet it a bit with the surf. Damn. Hit yourself, hit yourself, hit yourself. It goes for a sucker punch. And it takes out Lantern. Damn. Why didn't it hit itself? Come on. How am I supposed to get Lantern to get any experience if it doesn't get any luck? It ought to get lucky at least once. Come on. It goes for a bloody Endure. Still not hitting itself, the bastard. How the hell does it get us 2 Endures in a row? Come on. And how the hell does that reversal do that much damage? I only did 2 hit points of damage to it. That was a BS fight. Oh, so Grandma goes and sits right there at the bottom. Because now I'm going back to heal, and I'm going to stay the night, and then we're going to come back the next day. Okay, let's rest up. Day 3. The bike might make it a little bit faster to get between the 2 locations. So as always, we are still doing the same kind of fight, because ultimately I'm trying to level up Jolteon, and I'm going to go back to Lantern as well, probably, in order to level him up as well. And like always, this Thunderbolt ought to take out this Weasel. I would be very surprised if it didn't. Okay, that gives me just a little bit of experience. So this is actually quite a difficult fight, because I'm struggling to get any experience in these fights. But I do gain exponentially more each day, due to the increase of opponents I'm facing. That Thunderbolt took out that is supposed to take out this Ursa, I mean, and it does. Now for the Lopunny, that's the bloody buddy's name. I think I'm going to switch out. Let's see if Lantern can actually do anything against Lopunny. I'm not so sure it can, but I have to do something to try and gain some experience some way. Okay, let's see if a surf... come on. So, my surf is going to miss because of the bounce. Okay, let's just switch out Lantern because I don't want him to get paralyzed or faint. The Brick Break, let's see if that does anything. It ought to do quite a bit. Oh, come on, really? Why didn't that take out the Lopunny? Okay, Wild Charge is not going to do anything because there's no one to hit. And now I can go for the Brick Break again. I was hoping that I would do a bit more damage than I did. Oh well. Now we're going back to the granny again. Oh, so they switch out like that. That is quite nice. I was kind of fearing that I would be surrounded by people on all sides. Again, we are up against the Bronzor. Now if I'm smart, I will go for a Shadow Ball. Or I'll just switch out. What to do? Okay, let's go for Stunfisk. He has a ground type attack, I believe, that I can use. Okay, Earth Power ought to do quite nicely. Let's see if that does sufficient damage. Oh yes, it does quite good, quite well. But that also told me something. This specific Bronzor does not have Levitate, which means it has heat proof. And Golurk should also faint over here because I have Muddy Water. Not necessarily in a single attack. But okay, this time it will go down in a single attack because it bloody cursed me. Halving its own HP. That was dumb of it. On the other hand, that is going to put Stunfisk on a clock. I mean, she does have a third Pokemon, which is Kangaskhan. Am I going to switch train Lantern over here, or am I going to actually try and defeat this Kangaskhan? Yes, I'm switch training Lantern over here. It's just so that it can get better levels and maybe possibly beat people on its own. And with people I mean other Pokemon. Sucker Punch. That does quite a bit of damage. I wonder if I predicted the Sucker Punch, if I could actually make her spend all of her PPs. Okay. So that gives everybody a little bit of experience, and now I'm going to fight. Is this the grandfather or the father? Okay, I couldn't actually catch whether this is the dad or the granddad, but it looks like granddad. Okay, Shuckle is up first. Shuckle is a bugger because he has supremely high defense and special defense. So I'm wondering how I will go about with this one. Maybe Lantern will do quite well over here. I think that is the strategy I'm going to follow, because Shuckle is a rock and a bug type, if I remember correctly. And its attack is supremely low, so I'm quite safe in my attacks. Shuckle on the other hand might also be quite safer in its defense. Well, apparently not. I did do about half of its HP and damage. Which means this time I ought to take him out. And there it goes. Shuckle has been defeated. Who's next? Licky Licky. Now, this is not a Pokemon I believed ought to have existed. It does exist now, but I don't think they should have made this specific Pokemon. Lickitung is quite nice or good looking on its own. If it evolves to this little fat Pokemon, I don't think that is a upgrade, if I can put it that way. It doesn't do it any favors. That is of course just my opinion. And I defeat this Licky Licky. And now who's next? Crocodile is next. Lantern ought to be able to defeat Crocodile with either a surf or a what is that bug type beam, signal beam, but I'm going to go with surf. Unfortunately, this bloody crocodile outspeeds and I don't survive. Bloody hell, come on, what the hell? And it bloody has Moxie. This is going to be trouble. This is definitely going to be trouble. Okay, I'm going for Electros just to eliminate the bloody ground type attacks. I can't use Wild Charge because it's immune to that. Let's see if I can... it goes for a Sandstorm. Dragon Tail switches it out and Politoed gets sent out. Okay, so I'm taking this strategy so that I'm sending out Jolteon again now, just to gain some more experience. Oh, and it bounces. All of these bloody buggers can bounce. Okay, I may as well do some healing. Okay, I don't have any useful things over there. There's 4 max revives over there, but I'll just use a single revive for my lantern, so that it at least gains some experience. Bloody hell. It would have been nice if this Politoed had Drizzle. That would have taken away this Sandstorm. So this is basically the strategy I'm going to go with. Trying to... this time I'm going to try and use a fighting type attack to defeat this crocodile, taking advantage of his dark weakness. Brick Break, let's go. And I outspeed this time, at least. But it bloody still survives on 1 HP. Come on. And now it bloody gets intimidated. Moxie up. That is bad. How will I deal with this situation? At least I managed to defeat this grandpa over here. This was quite a difficult battle. Okay, so now I can go back and heal up, and then tomorrow I'll come back and fight some more of these people. I don't know if I have the whole family here yet, but we will see later on. Anyway, at the end of this episode, this battle is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.